That's why they'll get jealous. Beautiful, loves a taste. That's why. Nick Jonas. That's why I get jealous. Okay. I'm Lisi, the High Priestess. Press like, subscribe, notification bell because this is a brand new channel with my old name. This can resonate in your past, present, or future conversations that you're having. I kind of put you in front of all. I should have done you right after Gemini, but I'm going to do you right now. Because my last reading was they decided to take it off. Okay, whatever. So I figured I'd give you guys a long reading. Can you give me a second, please? Okay, pues. Why does it feel like sometimes when you say things out loud that it's going to like if it's I don't know, I guess you could do that to Siri. Um okay, so messages. Trying to get back to a message. Ooh, I get the King of Cups twice right here. Mm. Does someone own a lot of pair of watches right here? I don't know why the back is also I see the pair of contacts right here. Also a new pair of eyes is what I see. Also I feel like someone is buying carpets. Also a time limit. Okay, also coasters, heavy emphasis on coasters. You could be buying coasters. Also this looks like an engine. Also this looks like the bottom of a carpet. Okay. Also I feel like someone's eyes are like focused. Okay, you could be, this also looks like a pair of binoculars to me. Also this looks like a pair of tits. Okay, also like a lot of cans is what I see right here. um Also I feel like two neurons synchronizing with each other. All right, and the two cards that I get is the Time Master and the Sacrifice. Okay, sacrificing your time. Okay, or making as much as you can with the time that you have. Okay, so someone here is their time matters. Okay, most importantly, I feel like someone wants your time. What do I need to sacrifice to have a little bit of your time? I feel like that's what someone is trying to tell you, or that's what you're trying to say, or what you're trying to have understood by you is that your time matters. Your time is precious. Okay, the time I give out to you, I'm sacrificing from what I'm doing on my mission to give you my attention. Okay, what do you want from me? I give you my heart. What else? Oh, so you just want my time, but you don't want my heart. But my heart is my time. Okay, because everything, I feel like everything is timed out. Someone has a lot of watches. Someone, because this also reminds me of like TikTok. It also reminds me of YouTube because everything is timed. Okay, you see the time. For those that understand using the portal of the Matrix, everything is timed. Anything on video, anything on your cell phone that you're recording, it is timed. Okay, so time recording. Also, you could be in the studio recording. Also, you could be linking up with someone like my time is precious. You're going to have to pay for it. If you're not paying for it, I am sacrificing my time for you for free. I must really love you to give you my heart and sacrifice my time to spend it with you. Defeat and the Seven of Roses. But if it's not good enough for you, okay, what, because I feel like someone here is like, what do you want from me? Okay, the Three of Wings, defeat, and courage. Like, what do you want from me? You're gonna have to be straight out and tell me what you want. Okay, because my time is precious. I can't just, the Three of Gems, someone is working. I'm working. If I take time off of work to give it to you, consider yourself um, important in my life because my time is important. It is of value. If you don't see it, then I'm going to have to take my time back and use this time on my work, on my mission, on myself, on bettering myself, because all I got right now is time, and time is precious. I don't know when time will give out. I can be here one day and be gone the next. The crisis gone the next, and the sorrow and the stress, okay? Like you never truly know what you have until you don't have it anymore, okay? The Prince of Wings and the Hangman. And I feel like someone's trying to nurture their broken soul, trying to nurture their broken spirit right here. And someone's like, if my heart, if my love is not good enough for you, then you're free to go, because I have to love myself enough to understand that you will never love me the way I want to be loved. That we may have different love languages here, and this isn't helping me grow. It's destroying me more trying to help you grow. So I know that time cannot repay, or okay, or I can't go back in the past and repay you with what you really are worthy of having, because you can't change the hands of time. You can't change it. You can't change it. Okay, all I can do is change for the future. But I feel like something had to fall apart for someone to understand this. There's some people in this world that you'll never find a duplicate of them. You'll never find the same energy. And that's kind of the purpose. I feel like to find good people, it's hard. It's easy to find bad people, but it's hard to find good, loyal people that really want to uplift you, even within your own family, through work, and through any kind of situation and circumstances that you may be. There's always someone rooting for your downfall, and then there's always someone that's trying to lift you up. There will always be more people rooting your downfall than people that are lifting you up, because good people are hard to find. People with good intentions, people who genuinely think good things about you, are hard to find, even when you're in your worst behavior. That's a I feel like you know, with the patience that only a mother can have. Okay. Because a mother will put up with a child in their worst behavior because they love them. It's their child, it's their baby. Okay, also, like your work project or whatever it is, your career that you've ever had, the Four of Pentacles, it's your baby. You're going to nurture it, you're going to take care of it. If you put your baby down for a second, to go make milk, or to open the door, or to even have company in the house, that is very precious. Because let's say when you have a newborn baby, and you got to put them to go to sleep, and you invite someone over, that precious time could be used for someone to lay down, wash the dishes, go to work or something like that, but they're choosing to spend it with you. And if someone can appreciate that kind of sacrifice that you make, maybe they can't be in your life. Or, like, I feel like, people that don't have kids, people who selfish people always think that it's about them, and they don't think about other people and the life they live when they're not around them. Okay, because they're not there 24 hours to see what you do in a day. You, them, someone around you, vice versa, whatever it is. Okay. The Six of Pentacles, it's a give and take situation, because when you find yourself around nothing but takers and takers and takers and takers, you start to feel your energy depleted. You find yourself sacrificing a lot of you in order for you to not receive anything at all, not even time, not even attention, not even recognition, versus to someone who takes time out of their day, their busy day, by the way, while they're working on their mission, while they're taking care of their babies, while they're taking care of their projects, taking care of fulfilling their dreams, just to tell you hello, just to tell you, hey, I just wanted to make sure you're good and you're doing. I know I hardly keep in touch, and I know, I just had a baby, or I'm working on my career and stuff. I know things get hectic. You do you. You have families. I have families. I just wanted to check on you, make sure that you're okay and that you're doing really good. Okay, I just sending you good vibes only. Okay, how are you? Okay, the Page of Pentacles, just sending a smiley face or a good morning or something like that. The High Priestess, the Four of Wands, because you're family, because I love you, because you're a good friend, because you're a good co-worker, because I know I'm busy all the time. I can't always be there for you, but hey, I just want you to know that I randomly do think about you. I randomly wish you good vibes. I randomly pray for you. I randomly, I'm just making sure that you're good. Okay. Because to have, we gotta not throw those people away. Because how many people, when we're younger, we tend to communicate with a lot more people. But when we get older and we start growing our own families, we're being more involved in our careers, our time becomes precious. And so does for other people, unless they're people that don't got time. If they have way too much time in their hands, okay, then I can see why they're always on the phone trying to message you or have conversations with you, and you can't get back to them if you're the busy one. But if even women who stay at home, unless they're lazy and they don't do anything at home at all, they tend to be very busy. Their work never stops. They're constantly cleaning, cooking, taking care of their family, making sure taking the kids to their games, making sure the whole house is ran. So by the time their mate gets home or their family gets home, or by the time their children get home, everything is set for the next day to rest and do it all over again. Okay, the King of Swords, being very disciplined to become the star. If you're really focused on your dreams, it takes a lot of level of discipline to manage your dreams, to make it in a career and stuff like that. Also, I would like to mention, sometimes we focus so much on making our goals, our careers, to be an inspiration to the world, or our own inspiration, that we forget to take time out for ourselves. Not just work. I'm talking about play, and I'm not talking about being on drugs, getting drunk, going having sex, none of that. I'm talking about fulfilling our spiritual purpose, feeling to where we can sit back, look at our progression, how far we've made it in life, and feel appreciated by the universe, by the people around us. Have you ever had, like, let's say you worked really, really hard in a career, okay, to make it somewhere in life. And for a long time, people have not noticed you. And some random person just says, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do for the community. I appreciate what you do for work, and probably it's not even your family, because your family gets so used to being there for you, your significant other. But let's say they're the ones that are telling you something like, hey, like, I'm really appreciative that I have a hardworking man by my side. I really appreciate the fact that you have always been loyal to me. You've been a really good friend. You've you stood by my side even when I wanted to run away. Um, like, I know you're always working and stuff, but like, every so often can we get together so we can, like, enjoy the fruits of our labor? Okay. If you could enjoy the fruits of your labor, who would you enjoy these fruits of your labor with? Okay. With someone that never has time for you, someone that has too much time for you, or with someone that chooses to spend their time with you, someone who just, that they're not around you because of your money, your status, your title, because of what you chose for a career, but because when you guys are around each other, you guys both are the best versions of yourself. They make you think about what fills the spirit. Those soul ties that you have with people that make you feel good and make you feel inspired, they're constantly teaching you instead of judging you. Okay? The devil card and the 5 of cups, because sometimes we get so used to, being taken for granted, and people don't realize what it took for you to get there. you know the sacrifices that you had to make to get there. So by the end of all these sacrifices and you finally get what you want, take a step back and look around to the people who have stuck through your side when you didn't have it. Are they still there? There's that saying that I've never lost a good friend because they never left. They never leave. The 10 of cups and the 2 of cups, they're always there. They're glad to hear from you. They greet you with a warm hug. Okay, there's no sex involved. It's just the simple joy of being around each other that makes someone feel like they're happy. Your place of home, the place where you feel safe, the place where, if you announce the greatest accomplishments that you have done, have that it feels good to hear from them. When you hear from the right person that you love, that you really want to make proud, and they tell you, hey, I'm so proud of you. There's sometimes in life where it matters what your mother and your father or your siblings or your families have to say about you. And then when the time comes that you have reached those pinnacles of your life, before it actually hits to those achievements, and it's not your family that's congratulating you, it's a random person who sees you, never known how much you struggle, but they can read your aura, and they're telling you they're proud of you, and you're like really tripping because you're like, how would you know what it took for me to get here? And they don't. They're like, I don't know. I just know that what you do is very special for the world. And in order to make people feel that special or to do what you do, you have to endure a lot to make it there. What it takes to succeed in certain careers, certain life paths, it's not easy. If you have it easy, that's hell of a privilege, because people value what they work for, not what they receive for free. You understand me? People value a lot of the things that they work hard for versus to things that people give them for free. For example, our children tend to take us for granted that we put a roof over their head, we put food in the refrigerator for them to eat. And when there's another, and they can throw away food, they cannot wash the dishes, take you for granted for what you do. And then there's, let's say one of their friends come over, and their home, there is no food. In their house, they hardly see their parents. In their home, they don't get to be greeted with warm hugs. And they come with your child over to your house, and they see there's food in the refrigerator. They see they got mommy and daddy there. They see they got, and it will make someone feel like, out of place. And even though it's not their home, people can let them in their home and treat them like if they're the child of the house as well. Like, you are my own child, you are my own kid. I am your mother, I am your father. If your mother and father can't be there for you, I welcome you into my house. You are a child of God here. That child that needed that kind of love will think of them way more different than their own family, where they hardly get to see their father and their mother, where there's no food at home, where they don't get to lay in the bed, they sleep on the floor. They sleep on the floor. Could you imagine what it feels, even if it's like, for example, you're a foster child and you're only going to be there temporary, and you get to see everyone, and it's not your home. You know you won't be there for long. You know you're just transitioning out of that. And finally one day something happens, you're full of rejection, like because children in care tend to tumble from one house to another house to another house to another house till where they finally turn 16, 18, 16, emancipate themselves, 18 ready to go, and they start their own life. But imagine having that opportunity where finally you're at a place where these people do not even know you and they love you more than your own family loves you, your true family. And everything you have learned of being rejected and thrown out, not accepted, not loved, now you have to unlearn all those things that you grew up seeing from people that never loved to being around a loving home. Okay. And when you're in a loving home, you know, and you never felt that, it can make you feel suspicious of everything they do. Like, what are they going to want from me? How long is this going to last until they completely reject me and kick me out? And then I'm starting all over in someone else's home. The Seven of Swords, expecting already to be, like you got the happy home in front of you and don't even want it because have been rejected from all these other homes, that now someone is comfortable in the streets. Someone's home is the streets because there's never been a home where there should have been a home. And when they finally find a home in the streets, they create their own family and where they pick up strays just the same way they were picked up. Actually, this is how gangs are ran, to be honest with you. A lot of the gangs, excuse me, sorry, my poop is itchy. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, People in the streets tend to go through these kinds of things. Gangs, they're initiated, they're children of the street. They're the children that are being rejected from their homes, that are not accepted into the norm because since child don't know why, they have been, family ain't family or whatever circumstances had where people are rejected. It's not just foster care, it's in real life. You could have a whole family, loving family at home, but you feel rejected from society. Like whatever you grew, also like that, what you grow up in a place of home, what you call home, isn't home to other people. It's not even normal to other people, and they reject what you're born with. And even though your home is safe and you love these people, the world don't love them. The world thinks they're weird. The world don't accept what they put out into the world. And so therefore, because you carry your family's last name, you're also rejected and not accepted. And but see, you could be in the wrong address, and that's why. Once you leave that address and you go to a place where more people are like you, then you realize that you never weren't weird. You just were not meant to be normal. You were meant to shine amongst the people that belong with your kind of people. And sometimes when you find yourself out of your element, it can strike fear and remorse on a person because they're nothing like them. Yet, learning to adapt to your hostile environment is what a lot of people do when they're running the streets. And they make it a home where people don't call it a home. Yet they're surviving. And yet sometimes they have more morals, integrity, and respect for others than people that are raised in a gated community with rules and regulations, and the most superficial things that matter to them are the rumors that are created about them, or who breaks the rules, or who didn't do this, talking about other people's misfortunate events instead of understanding what it is to be in the misfortunate event, that humbles you to understand and relate to people in the struggle, people, real emotions. A lot of people tend to hide that they're in the struggle, or that it wasn't so easy, because it's like they're more scared of what people have to say than what they have to feel for themselves. It's very crazy. The Three of Pentacles, even in the workplace. Do you know Aquariuses tend to be weird people? Because we're the rebel, the Page of Wands. We do what we like. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something, Aquarius, the Queen of Wands. Aquariuses are good people, but we can be manipulated very easy. And when we realize we're being manipulated, or that we're being confined into something that no longer fits our purpose, when we realize we are living our life to feed other people, their ego, to pay their bills, that everything that we're doing is being used for someone else's life purpose and not our own. When you wake up to that kind of feeling right there, Aquarius, it will wake you up from, it will break you free from all the binds that you once believed were true. Okay? Because let's say all you know is rules and regulations. That's all you know. That's all you've ever known, because that's how you were raised. Then you come across people who live very free spirited, and it almost offends you. Well, how come they can leave? Oh, you can't just do things like that. There's rules and regulations. You can't just do like that. Yo, you can't wear white after Labor Day or before Labor Day. I don't know. After Labor Day, I think. Because society says you can't marry that white man, you can't marry that black man, you can't marry that Mexican woman, you can't marry that Asian woman, you can't marry her, because that's not what we believe in. You can't date her. She's not in our religion. You can't date her because we have different kinds of jobs. You can't date him, or you can't go to this school because you're not black enough. You can't get these awards. You won't, you can't, you're not. And then you see a whole group of people, maybe not too many, but you get to meet someone that has been able to, I will, I can, I will, and I can, I will, and I can, and I am, and I will, and I can. No, you can't, but I can. Don't be mad at me because I can do everything you can't do. You're the robot. I am not. Oh, you think I'm not normal? Why would I want to normalize judging other people for not being like them when I can celebrate you for being different? Maybe that's why you don't like me, or that's why you don't accept me. Oh, okay. Because I'm not judging you. Oh, okay. Because I'm not being mean to you. Oh, because I'm not kicking you out the house, because I actually want you to stay. So you want me to reject you so you can reject me? Because accepting someone for who they are is too hard to do. We must make it impossible for you to be accepted for who you truly are. Have you ever lived such a lie that you began to believe it? When I was young, I had someone close to me that shouldn't have been saying certain things to me as a child. Two people, actually, two women figures. They used to chat to me a lot that I would never make it in life. Okay. And with all the odds against me, I did a lot of crazy, amazing things in my life. I've had a crazy, beautiful life. I can only imagine, and I'm gonna tell you something else. So I had people always tell me I can't, I can't, I can't. Okay, cool, whatever. Then I also had another friend that her parents will always tell her, you can, you have to, you don't have a choice, you're going to, you don't have a choice. And she did everything they wanted, but she didn't get to ever be herself. She was forced to do certain things she didn't want to be because she was a trophy child to her parents. She was nothing but a trophy child because she was talented at something that other people didn't have. But that wasn't what she wanted to be in life. And so what their parents her parents forced her to do things, to be to participate in sports she didn't want to participate. And then, because they wanted her to go to a certain school for the best of the best, and she never made it. She never made it. And she started to wild out on her parents. She started to run the streets, coming from a good neighborhood, a good place, the good part of the city, from the west side, to hang out with someone like me, who, by the way, my I was told that I would never graduate. That, oh, you guys have no idea. And I still made it. And this person barely made it to graduate because a lot of people, she cheated. I mean, she cheated a lot of her exams, all of it. She cheated. The teachers only let her get, they will up her grades because she was an all-star player. And then a person like me, who had to earn her stripes, with getting and receiving the same respect that she was getting from her teachers because she had a talent, but I didn't. I had hell of a personality and I had hell of a drive. I ended up finishing high school very early. All I had to do was show up and walk. Managed to keep work, hustle, and everything I did on the side and still keep up with myself, make myself look pretty, and still all of that, and not live off of my parents. By the way, I wasn't even living with my parents. And then and that person would always hang out with me, and I always nurtured her throughout the life. And mind you, we're the same age. Growing up, she would tell me a lot, Lisi, although she has her own mother, she would always tell me, I have always felt like you have been my real mom. Because my family only wanted me for one thing, for fame, for clout, to do what is told out of them. And I always loved this person, no matter how fucked up they were and their worst behavior. There has been times I had to walk out of their life and not be there for them because I wasn't agreeing on what they were doing, but I didn't love them no less. It's just sometimes you got to love people from afar, and we got to understand the company that we keep. Sometimes we need certain people on our lives so we can see that just because you think that what society makes you think is going to make you successful, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the only success that you can get and manifest is the one that you want for yourself. The drive that you have within your spirit. How is it that someone with both parents and being a trophy kid and all of that has a lower self-esteem from the person that didn't grow up with shit? That I didn't have teachers write me off anything. As a matter of fact, they used to get pissed off at me if I didn't try my best because they knew I knew all the answers. I was just bullshit, and they would make me retake the test. Even the way they used to do it for me was different than what they did it for her. For her, she got all the grades, all of that, everything passed. All here because these are your parents, because of this, because of that. Not me. I had to retake the test because they knew I was smarter than that and they knew I was slacking. And they're like, well, because I know that you have more, and you're lucky that I believe in you. You're lucky I believe in you, Lisi, that I'm going to make you repeat this test and we're not going to tell nobody about it. So I would have to take time off, redo the test, try my hardest, ace it like they knew I would. And my teachers will get on my ass when I will purposely fail the elite classes for the smartest people. Because I felt out of place with all these smart ass people with great parents and all that shit, where I feel like my friend should have been, not me. But that's where the teachers wanted me, not the coaches, the teachers, because they cared about me mentally, not physically. You understand me? Sometimes the crowd of people we keep around, they keep you around for their own agenda. When you have people that actually give a fuck about you, they're not going to care about how you appear. They're going to care about you living in your truth, and your true purpose, and the true person that you are meant to be. What's inside of you, not what's physically outside of you. They cared about me actually succeeding. So, could you imagine being an all star player and people rooting you on because it helps them look better? Or could you imagine no one rooting you on? And the only people that do are strangers? For some reason, they believe in you and they push you to your full potential in life. Sometimes we have the wrong people screaming in our ear to become them. And I'm going to tell you something. If it was so fucking easy, why isn't it them doing what you're making possible? And why is it not okay to finally be the best version of you that has nothing to do with them? You feel me? You feel me? When you tell them what you really like to do and they frown at you because, well, we have invested a lot of time in this life purpose. This is what you have to do. This is what you want. This is what I want you to do. And if you don't, I will cut you out of this family. Because that was what was said to the friend I was around. They would, she, she wilded out. She wilded out on her parents. And I wilded out on my parents because I didn't have them. Even if they was there, they weren't there. And I've always had to be somebody else's parent. Then why not do it by myself? And when I succeeded in a lot of things, I honestly felt that people weren't proud of me. I kind of got the looks like she didn't get to fail. And for a long time, Aquarius, I felt like I was trying to prove something to a bunch of people that wouldn't accept me for no matter what I succeeded in. And what was the rise on that? So, as of lately, the last 3 years, I have been doing and living my life, my light, the way I want to. And if you don't like it, there's the fucking door. Because just like those teachers that were in my life who believed in me, those teachers are out here in different places of this world to teach me that my inspiration will always come from wherever God wants it to be, who God wants me to have as a family, who God wants me to have as my friends, who the universe brings to me to show me the kind acts don't always come from society. They come from the universe and they come at the time they need to come. And they're here to teach us lessons in life. And if you do not pay attention to those lessons in life, you will become like those people who create control or create societies that tell you who you need to become because they haven't became the people they want to be, because they're never satisfied. Their satisfaction comes from judging other people for not being like them. And I, for one, want to be more like me and nothing like them. And Aquarius, if you're anything like me, you understand what the hell I'm talking about. And if you don't, one day you will. I pray you're not stuck in any kind of binding position in anything where people have that much control over your life, because you should be the only master of your own destiny and especially of your own happiness. No one gets to tell you what makes you happy. That's something that's felt within. That can that's something you learn with experience and with the teachers that come to you in life. I think graduation had nothing to do with this.